About beer this morning, and sometimes, I like to have just one beer, so I like to make it a huge one. The Great American Beer Festival hits town next week, and craft brewing, of course, so big here in Colorado. We want to talk about the seasonal trends in craft beer. So we're lucky to have Tim Matthews, the head brewer with Oskar Blues, visiting with us this morning. And look what you brought us. This is what this table normally looks like in the morning, but the crew's usually finished them off by now.
This is my kind of harvest right here. So, yeah.
So we're talking about seasonal beers, and you guys do really rotate beers in season. Yep. How far ahead do you have to be to make a beer? Does it take you about 3-4 months to make a beer?
Oh, I prefer to have as much time as possible.
Right.
Sourcing the materials and quality materials
right.
is the biggest part of it all. But we have some brands like our 1050 that are well in place.
Right.
We start brewing that in June and July, and it takes some time. So you want to have it ready for the minute the nights start getting cold.
So let's talk about this, because I see these darker beers. This is when we start talking about colder weather. We tend to think of the darker beers, right?
Exactly.
So which beer is this one? This is not one of yours, right?
That's Vinifera Stout from Scott Brewing.
And so when you say stout, you mean stout. This is a thick, a hearty beer. It's got a lot of flavor going on.
Exactly. A lot of the dark malts bringing very thick tasting flavors.
So now this one is one of yours. What's this one?
That is 1050 Imperial
This is the
Stout.
1050, okay.
Yep. That's 10.5% alcohol and loads of a variety of malted barley.
How much flavor do you put into a beer that isn't just beer flavor? Because we do talk about that. It's got a lot of this or a lot of that.
Well, it's cumulative in my mind. So
because we talk about pumpkin beers even. We talk about beers with different flavors, like even peach and things.
Well, in this case right here, the 1050, it's malted barley, it's yeast, water, and hops. Focusing on the flavors of the malted barley in this, but those four main ingredients are what's making the flavors right now.
Oskar Blues, a bigger brewery. This is another one you brought in that isn't one of yours, right?
Yep, that's the Rudy Session IPA, also from Scott.
And then something, your Pinner here?
Yep, Pinner Throwback IPA, 4.9%. It's a way to get all the flavor with, but not have to imbibe.
John. Hey, now I know this is one of the growlers here, and I know this is Oktoberfest. This isn't like fancy labeling here. Did you just make this or something? You just wrote Oktoberfest on it.
This is our Crowler product. So these are actually packaged at the bar.
Now, Crowler is a blend of can and growler?
You betcha. So you can take it home and finish your drinking session on your couch, but it's sealed just like a regular can, having all the advantages for stability.
Am I doing this right? Because you're supposed to get how much head?
Yeah.
Okay.
You always want some foam because it locks in the rest of the flavor.
That's the Oktoberfest. It is the time of year. We got the Great American Beer Festival, one of the big events coming in next weekend. And well, cheers.
Cheers.
Tim, thanks for coming in. Have a great week next week when the world of beer and brewing comes to Colorado, and hopefully people get a chance to enjoy that. All right, Kim, anything I can get you? Anything in particular?
You can bring me over whatever. It's going to be an exciting week next week. It is 7:50.